The water may be gone from the Spring Green subdivision, but the damage is done. I'm Maria Guerrero. I'll tell you how a November 4th referendum could help buy out these flood-damaged homes.
Also, we'll preview another race for the state assembly. Democrat Trish O'Neill and Republican Keith Ripp.
And the Janesville School District hits the polls. We'll tell you why this unofficial vote could be a sign of what's to come next Tuesday.
Keeping you informed, involved, and in touch. This is News 3 HD at 6.
Election day means residents in Spring Green will vote on flood relief for victims of the June floods.
If passed, the $600,000 vote would help buy out more than 24 homes that were damaged by the June flood. But News 3's Maria Guerrero tells us this advisory vote has some in the community split, Maria, about what's right for everybody.
They sure are, Susan. More than 1,000 voters could help in the process come November. Here's how it will read for voters. Are you in favor of the town of Spring Green accepting flood hazard mitigation funding to buy and prevent future development of flood-damaged properties? It would require as much as $600,000.
There's no more crying. Let's just laugh now.
A lot has changed in the past 5 months for Gene Dishler.
The subdivision here is kind of sad looking because there's only like 2 or 3 people living here now.
In June, water filled his neighborhood and his home.
That footing on that side was washed out, clear up to past the window.
Then in July, more bad news.
6 weeks after my surgery, they decided to put me on chemo because I had 7 of my lymph nodes had cancer and a stage 3 cancer.
Dishler is coping with his illness by fixing his flood-damaged home.
I do things all the time to keep my mind off it. I don't even think about it.
Something he is thinking of is a November 4th vote that could help him and 20 homeowners in the Prairie View subdivision.
Oh yeah, I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote for it.
Voters will advise the township on a $600,000 referendum that, if passed, would allow the township to continue the buyout process for 26 homes damaged by the June flood.
We're asking the people to look at it as if it was me, would somebody help me buy out? And that's why we went to referendum.
I hope they vote to help these people out. I know that if it was the other way around, I would do it. I mean, I'd vote for the people.
Fearing the referendum will be voted down, Dishler and his wife are moving back into their home of 3 years.
Hopefully it goes through. What do you do though, Maria? You can't lose what you got. You know, you gotta try and save it.
The referendum is an advisory referendum, which means regardless of the outcome, the town board will have the final say in the buyout decision. One resident tells me he's against bailing out what he calls these residents who may end up taking the buyout money and simply moving.
Boy, oh boy, just gut-wrenching to hear his story there. No, but taxpayers, voters always want to hear the bottom line. How are they affected by that?
And that's a big reason, actually, Eric, why some residents are against the buyout. The town board says it would mean a tax increase of $27 a year for every $100,000 your home is worth, and about the average of the homes is about $150,000.
We'll see 1 week from today.
Yes, big day.
Maria Guerrero reporting. Thanks, Maria.
Well, 1 week from the election, local candidates are hot on the trail for votes.
News 3's Jessica Arp caught up with the candidates from the 47th district today and gives us a look inside the area's only open assembly seat race. Jess?
Well, both of the candidates in the 47th are new faces. Republican Eugene Hahn held the seat since 1990 in the district that covers parts of northern Dane and South and East Columbia County. So now both assembly hopefuls are making the case their average backgrounds qualify them to represent this district.
When it comes to spending other people's money, tax dollars, I'm very conservative there.
The election is proving a learning experience for these DeForest middle schoolers, but Republican Keith Ripp is learning something too.
Right now the economy is the #1 issue doing doors.
Ripp wears many hats: a dairy farmer, owner of a small trucking company, president of the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, and supervisor for the town of Dane. So what's his top priority?
Right now it's dealing with the economy. We need to look at ways to keep businesses that we have and also expand businesses, big or small. A lot of small businesses are, I believe, are really the backbone of the state and the district and even the country.
Democrat Trish O'Neill says she's hearing constant economic concerns as she talks to voters.
I'm wondering if I can count on your vote in November.
O'Neill's experience as a registered nurse has her concerned about health care access and affordability, but she's also been the owner of a small medical practice with her husband and served on the Columbus School Board.
The very first priority is going to have to be what is the state going to do about the economy here in Wisconsin? And so I think probably one of the very first things that the state legislature is going to have to deal with is the budget concern.
Both candidates agree the economy is front and center, but differ on how to get it going again.
We need to look at many areas, and maybe every area. Duplication of services, try to avoid some of those things, but also move forward with just getting some things going in, like road building and infrastructure.
We can bring some revenue back into the state by closing those loopholes. We can grow businesses that are going to increase the revenues.
Now, voters in the 47th district will also see a third candidate on their ballot next week. Dennis Ruby is running as a common sense independent.
Jessica Arp reporting. Jess, thank you.
Thanks, Jess.
A record number of voters are predicted to cast ballots in Wisconsin this year. That's according to the state's Government Accountability Board. The board is predicting 3.2 million votes will be cast. That is 74% of the 4.3 million people in Wisconsin who are of voting age. The previous highest turnout was 73% in 1960. In 2004, when John Kerry narrowly defeated George W. Bush, 72.9% voted. And with just 7 days left before the election, both John McCain and Barack Obama supporters are making headlines.
The focus for both, getting out the vote, and News 3's Linda Eggert joins us from the News Center with more about what's in store. Linda?
Hi, guys. When it comes to knocking on doors for Senator John McCain, Richard McCutcheon is just the ticket. That's because he did that for 30 years working for UPS. McCutcheon was definitely not nervous about going door to door today, urging people in Madison, a traditionally Democratic stronghold, to vote Republican. Madison was one of 6 cities statewide targeted by McCain volunteers in a 1 week before Election Day blitz.
I feel the Republican Party has a much better platform than the Democratic Party, and it's hard to get the point across in the city of Madison here, and I'm going to do what I can to help.
McCutcheon spent the day on the southwest side of Madison, urging people to get out and vote next Tuesday. Milwaukee and the Fox Valley were among the areas targeted by McCain volunteers. Meantime, a very popular rock band is giving the Wisconsin Obama campaign a boost. The Obama-Biden ticket has announced the alternative music group Wilco will perform in Madison on its behalf. Wilco has been playing concerts for change around the country in support of Obama for president. The next one will be this Saturday at noon at the Wisconsin Union Theater.
I think this really shows that this campaign, both in the national campaign and here in Wisconsin, we're taking nothing for granted. I mean, now is the time when everyone needs to stand up for change. And we have a saying in the campaign, we don't knock on wood, we knock on doors. And this is another way to motivate folks to do just that.
The Obama campaign plans to use the event to sign up volunteer shifts for its Get Out the Vote effort. The state director says they want to power the campaign across the finish line these last few days. Tickets are free to the Wilco event, dubbed Concert for Change. They'll be available starting tomorrow downtown at the Farmers Market on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Linda Eggert reporting in our news center tonight. Linda, thank you. Well, it was Election Day today at all Janesville elementary schools, and the vote is in. Each school called in their results during a live TV show aired throughout the school district. Senator Barack Obama overwhelmingly defeats Senator John McCain, earning 3,761 votes and 480 electoral votes to McCain's 1,348 votes and 58 electoral votes. Last week, an AP government class from Janesville Parker High School toured the school district, portraying candidates, giving speeches, and teachers hope the event continues to get students excited about politics.
They do this young and continue doing the mock elections in middle school and then high school. Then by the time they get 18 and can vote, hopefully they'll remember and go out and do their responsibility and vote.
In 2004, the vote was much closer. The students picked John Kerry over George Bush, but only by a few percentage points, very similar to how the city of Janesville voted in the actual 2004 election. Coming up, we're taking you back to Rock County.
It was a rough season with flooding along the Rock River, but members of the Rock Aqua Jays are getting some good news. That story is next.
Coming up in weather, expect another cool night tonight, but with sunshine tomorrow, temperatures should be back in the low 50s, be around 60 for Thursday and for Halloween as well. I'll take a look at our forecast coming up in a few minutes.
You're watching News 3 HD at 6 with Eric Franke and Susan Simon. Meteorologist Gary Canalti. And Jay Wilson with sports. This is News 3 HD at 6.
Here, the new 09 Subaru Outback at Don Miller Subaru. This new Outback, the 2.5i Special Edition model, comes with upgraded equipment like power driver.
You're watching News 3 HD at 6.
36-month lease, only $15.39 due at signing, or own it from only $21,990. All-wheel drive and stability control. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. See Don Miller.
I have COPD, which makes it hard to breathe. But now that I'm breathing better with Advair, I can be my son's first mate.
For people with COPD, including chronic bronchitis, emphysema, or both, great news. Advair helps significantly improve lung function. While nothing can reverse COPD, Advair is different from other medications because it's the only product with an anti-inflammatory and a long-acting bronchodilator working together to help you breathe better. Advair won't replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be used more than twice a day. People with COPD taking Advair may have a higher chance of pneumonia. Advair may increase your risk of osteoporosis and some eye problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking Advair.
Thanks, Dad. I'm glad I could help. Ask your doctor how Advair helps improve lung function for better breathing.
Find out how to get your first full prescription free at advaircopd.com.
In this month's Madison Magazine, is Chief Noble Ray the man for the 21st century job of urban policing? We name him as our 2008 Person of the Year. Great advice on planning for your kids' education and working toward your retirement nest egg. 7 courageous Madison women speak up about their domestic abuse. In Habitat, find the perfect sofa and fabulous jewelry selections. Online, check out blogs from our most popular writers, including award-winning columnist John Roach. It's all in this month's Madison Magazine.
You came along all bright and new with big ideas that grew and grew and grew.
The Chrysler Town & Country, with 25 highway miles per gallon, fuel economy that's unsurpassed by any minivan. Right now, current Chrysler lessees can save up to $4,250 in combined cash allowances on 08 Chrysler Town & Country.
You're watching News 3 HD at 6.
A Milwaukee-based bank may be among those getting federal dollars to help boost the economy.
Marshall and Isley Corporation says it's received preliminary approval from the U.S. Treasury Department for a $1.7 billion investment. It is all under the government's capital purchase program. M&I's participation still needs approval from its board of directors, but company officials say the money will allow M&I to further increase lending activity.
The Woodbridge Group, a company in Brodhead, is filing notice with the state resulting in layoffs of as many as 70 workers. The company provides products for the auto industry. The layoffs coincide with GM's shutdown on December 23rd.
Governor Jim Doyle issues his report card for the Wisconsin Covenant Program. He says more than 18,000 ninth graders signed up this year, bringing the 2-year total to more than 35,000 students statewide. The Covenant Program guarantees a spot in a Wisconsin college if a student maintains a B average and is a good citizen. The governor also announced a $1.8 million Department of Education grant to help students and their families learn about higher education.
Because of flooding on the Rock River, the Rock Aqua Jays ski team was forced to cancel more than 30 shows in Janesville dating to August of 2007.
The team went to great distances to find anywhere that they could practice, but in December, they'll make their farthest trip yet. Rock County reporter Brad Jameson joins us live from our bureau in Janesville with more on where they're going. Brad?
Well, Susan and Eric, other than in a couple of competitions this year, the team has not performed at all. But in December, 16 members of the team will be heading to the United Arab Emirates to compete to perform during the Grand Prix of Abu Dhabi Formula One powerboat races. Now, the team has performed in China on 4 previous occasions, but performing at the UAE capital truly is a chance of a lifetime. The Rock Aqua Jays have been trying to get a bid there for more than a decade, but it wasn't until a chance meeting between event coordinators that the Aqua Jays finally got the call.
The person that's organizing this show ran across the people who had organized the shows in China because they were both at a Formula One boat race stop, and they talked and they gave a recommendation for us.
Now, skiers are currently working on getting in shape for the trip. They're going to be skiing on salt water, which is a little bit different, and the course is also going to be much longer than they're used to.
Well, this is a long way to travel, so the trip has to be really expensive. How are they going to pay for it?
Oh, they're not going for free. The trip will be covered, but it's not going to be enough to cover their expenses for the entire year. To help with some of their expenses from the summer, what they usually do for practice, they're currently running the Fright Factory in Janesville, and from what I am told, that is much more than just your regular haunted house. That will, of course, be running through this weekend.
Brad Jameson will probably be at the Fright Factory this Halloween night. Good luck to those folks on that long journey. Yeah. Brad Jameson in our Rock County Bureau tonight. Brad, thanks.
Thanks, Brad.
Coming up on News 3 at 6, your 7-day forecast is next.
Gary tells us about a warm-up coming just in time for Halloween.
Coming up in sports, we'll preview tonight's game of the week, playoff style. Monona Grove at Wanakee. Plus, we've got highlights from Jefferson and Edgewood. Stay tuned.
The all-new Dodge Grand Caravan SXT. Features that make your life easier, that help protect your family, that add a touch of luxury. Plus, get the best warranty in the business, our exclusive lifetime powertrain limited warranty. To see all of Grand Caravan's great features, just fast forward to your Dodge dealer. Right now, current Chrysler lessees can buy an 08 Dodge Grand Caravan SE starting at $19,540.
This is the story of Action Man. He has superhuman plumbing abilities and uses them for good, not evil. He's faster than a dripping faucet, more powerful than a clogged drain, and able to install a new water heater in a single bound, even on Saturday.
I don't wear a cape or a mask, just a red shirt and pride of knowing the job was done right.
Action Plumbing and Air. So fast, we're already there.
No matter your party affiliation, everyone loves a great deal. That's the idea behind Oak Express and Bedroom Expression's Elect to Save event. It's our biggest and best deal ever. 4 years, no interest, no payments until next year, and no down payment required. We've never had a savings offer quite like this, and it's just in time to make every voter comfortable for the next 4 years and beyond. Elect to Save now. Oak Express and Bedroom Expression's 4 years, no interest, and no payments until next year offer ends soon.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
An economic meltdown, 2 wars, and John McCain's playing with audio tapes, selectively editing Joe Biden's words. The next president will be tested. But here's what Biden actually said about Barack Obama.
They're going to find out this guy's got steel in his spine.
In the financial crisis, Obama had the steady hand. McCain was erratic. His policies follow in Bush's footsteps. And that's the risk we can't afford to take.
And now, Q&A with the Packers guy.
Jill from Green Bay writes, my boyfriend got up in the middle of a play at a Packers game. Should I break up with him? Yes. No true Packers fan does that. Here's what you do. Take him to McDonald's for a free McCafe sample. When he's mid-sip, dump him. The free sample will soothe his pain while you go find yourself a true Packers fan.
Q&A with the Packers guy, brought to you by McDonald's free McCafe sample days.
Next ET, Jennifer Hudson, as she prepares to bury her family. Plus NCIS. Next ET.
Weeknights at 6:30.
Gary's here with the weather. It's a big week this week. We've got high school football tonight and Halloween later this week.
I think the weather should be pretty nice no matter what you have outdoor plans because temperatures are going to warm up. Now this morning, it was downright chilly. Here in Madison, we dropped officially to a low of 28 degrees, but Down in Camp Douglas, their temperature dropped to 19 degrees, so pretty chilly weather for the overnight hours, but afternoon high temperatures warmed up a little bit. From our weather spotters, 20 degrees, the low temperature in Viroqua. Elsewhere, temperatures in the mid to upper 20s, and afternoon high temperatures climbed to 45 Viroqua, 45 in Platteville, and 42 for the cool spot in Lodi. Temperatures right now across southern Wisconsin are mainly in the 40s, although it's down to 37 at Camp Douglas and 39 at the Baraboo Dells Airport, as well as Mineral Point. Officially in Madison, 42 degrees after a high today of 44. There's the 28 low. Winds out of the west at 5 miles per hour. But look at the dew point temperature, 18 degrees. The air very dry, humidity at 37%. Big storm system continues to bring rain to Philadelphia, causing more problems with the World Series. Snow is falling over the higher elevations of New England. But other than that, the rest of the country looking pretty quiet. And that's good news for us because with weather usually traveling from west to east, the clear skies out to the west mean that we'll probably see plenty of sunshine for tomorrow. In fact, current temperatures 30s and 40s here, but 50s and 60s out to the west of us. Will drop to around 30 degrees for the overnight low temperature. High temperatures tomorrow, though, a few degrees warmer, making it back into the 50s. High resolution future track shows mainly clear skies. Most of the cloud cover well to the east of us. And again, out to the west, there's very little in the way of cloud cover, almost all the way to the west coast. So it looks like our weather pattern will stay pretty quiet, at least through the middle and latter part of the week. By Halloween, temperatures could warm up to around 60 degrees as well. And medium range future track shows a weak cold front reaching us late in the day on Halloween. After that passes, temperatures will cool off by a couple of degrees for Saturday. For tonight, clear skies, still chilly, low temperature dropping to 30. Tomorrow, sunny, not as cool, high temperature at 52. Tomorrow night, continued chilly with a low of 30 under clear skies, but up to 60 degrees and partly sunny skies for Thursday. 3-day forecast calls for a high of 60 on Halloween, and then after that, just a little cooler for Saturday, warming back up for Sunday. Monday should be dry and highs in the low 60s. Next chance of rain Monday night and Tuesday.
A little chilly, though, tonight for folks heading out to the football games, but not a lot of wind or anything like that.
No,
so
should be fine.
Wisconsinites know to expect that in prep playoff time of year. Gary, thank you very much. The prep playoffs will get underway today. In fact, one already this afternoon. Josh is in next with highlights and much more.
Only one candidate will bring real change to the Assembly, Trish O'Neill. She'll invest in new energy solutions like solar and biofuel.
2.5 to us. He's the godfather of our youngest child.
No kidding.
Yeah, we're still very close. I talked to him.
I always had fun with him. I think he had just cracked in about that Rosewood there.
Yeah. He was back in Madison for the actual game, but I remember much there all day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mike. Okay.
In healthcare, you don't know the price of anything. Colonoscopy, $2,000. At another hospital, $5,000. Or MRI, $600 or $3,500. I have a plan that will disclose all prices. Because without price competition, costs soar. I'm Paul Ryan, and I approve this message because I want affordable healthcare for everyone.
Heart patients waiting 3 months for EKGs. Teenagers waiting up to 3 years for knee surgery. That's Canada's government-run healthcare system, the same kind of healthcare Kim Hickson wants for Wisconsin. Under Hickson's plan, families could lose their choice of doctors, face long waiting lists, and a frustrating bureaucracy. Hickson's government-run plan would cost over $500 a month for each Wisconsin worker. Tell Kim Hickson his plan is wrong for Wisconsin.
What's up, Doc?
What's up with Doc Hines? Has he been in Madison too long? Hines voted to cut funding for our schools by $130 million, meaning fewer teachers and larger classes.
What's up, Doc? Our kids should come first.
Hines voted to cut financial aid for college students. He even voted against making sure all children have health insurance. Ask Doc Hines.
What's up with all these votes against our kids?
What's up, Doc?
Campaign 08 on News 3.
Election coverage that will keep you informed, involved, and in touch.
News 3 brings you special reports on Wisconsin's swing state impact. Find out what undecided voters are thinking.
Reality check on campaign ads from both sides.
On TV and on the web, extended election night coverage with up-to-the-minute returns from News 3 and CBS News. Insight from our panel of political analysts.
Plus follow-up reports and reaction the day after and beyond. Campaign 08 on News 3, now in HD.
The high school football playoffs get underway today. Tonight's Prep Mania game of the week is a great one between Monona Grove and undefeated Waunakee, a true Badger Conference matchup. And you can see it on channel3000.com beginning at 7 p.m. Joining us now and calling tonight's action, News 3 Sports Director Jay Wilson and his broadcast partner Scott Nelson. Guys, it's playoff football at its best tonight at Waunakee High School.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Josh. Waunakee comes in 9-0 in the season. Monona Grove comes in 6-3. As you said, they met earlier this year in a Badger Conference crossover game. Waunakee won it 35-0. Scott, any reason that would change tonight?
Absolutely. This is playoffs. This is what it's all about. Waunakee's done a tremendous job this season so far, Jay. And then you look at what Monona Grove has done the last 3 weeks. They've had to win to continue to qualify for playoffs. And it's a Badger Conference showdown, north and south. There's a lot on the line here. Obviously, continuing playing ball, but what an exciting atmosphere this is here at Waunakee, and I'm looking for a great matchup.
And Waunakee statistically has been very dominant, only giving up about 7 points a game. And but again, in a playoff situation, turn the ball over a couple times, you never know.
Well, throw it out, and you've got a defense that's playing very well against a Monona Grove team that's starting to gel a lot. You're seeing the different facets of passing, running. They're starting to go. It's a little cold tonight, so I look for them to pound the ball and see what can happen.
All right, well, if you don't want to come out here and freeze your tail off, you can stay at home and watch us on the internet. Channel3000.com. Monona Grove, Waunakee starting at 7. Josh?
All right, thanks, Jay. We'll be watching. Enjoy the game.
Thanks.
An early start today in Middleton between Jefferson and Madison Edgewood. The Crusaders entering the playoffs with a 5-4 overall record, while the Eagles are 6-3. The winner will get the winner of Mount Horeb McFarland, which is being played later tonight. Now let's head out to Breitenbach Stadium for this one. Early in the second quarter, Jefferson's Pete Lindsay takes the handoff, bounces outside, finds the end zone. 14-7 Edgewood with the early lead. Still in the second, Jefferson with the ball. Edgewood's Mario Minert picks off Lucas Smiley. Not smiling about that one. He outruns everyone into the end zone. 21-7 Edgewood over Jefferson. That is your score at the half. Well, while the bye week might have interrupted the momentum swing the Packers gained with their lopsided win over the Colts, it allowed the team time to rest up and get back to full strength. Al Harris, James Jones, Atari Bigby, and Michael Montgomery were all back at practice gearing up for the only undefeated team in the NFL, the Tennessee Titans.
What I've seen is, obviously a physical team that likes to run the football. They run the football, over 70% of the time. We got a pretty stout defense. So, it seemed like a team that really wants to, shorten the game, so to speak.
I think anytime you get into a rhythm, you get into where you're playing well, you just want to keep going. So hopefully we can pick up where we left off against Indianapolis. But like I said last week, Stan here, I thought this was a very good time for bye week for us because we needed to get healthy, and it looks like we've achieved that on most fronts.
Well, the Brewers season may have ended sooner than fans would have liked, but another Milwaukee team is back in action. The Bucks open the regular season tonight against the Bulls, and they hope the preseason has no indication of how the team will fare this year, because if it is, the buck stops here. Today they added forward Austin Crozier off of waivers. Milwaukee finished the preseason with just one win under new head coach Scott Skiles. That win coming in China. They didn't win a single game here in the States, going 1-7. The Bucks and Bulls tip things off 7:30 tonight in Chicago. Well, Game 5 of the World Series was washed out last night after the Rays tied the game at 2 apiece in the 6th. With the Phils up 3-1, Mother Nature once again got the best of both teams today. So they will wait another day. It's just too wet to play this one tonight. They'll resume play tomorrow night in the bottom of the 6th with the score tied at 2 apiece. First pitch for that one is 7 o'clock.
Gotta wait on it. Gotta get that thing played.
See if they can play tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, Josh, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Josh.
Final check of the forecast coming up.
To pay for part of it. Now the Wall Street Journal reports John McCain would pay for the rest of his health care plan with major reductions to Medicare and Medicaid. $882 billion for Medicare alone, requiring cuts in benefits, eligibility, or both. John McCain, taxing health benefits, cutting Medicare. We can't afford John McCain.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
In the race for Assembly, who can we count on? Democrat Kim Hickson. We can count on him to stand up for us. He fought to increase job training programs that help workers get through tough economic times. What can we count on Republican Debbie Towns to do? She's protected giant corporations and big oil companies from paying their fair share of taxes, shifting the burden onto middle-class families and seniors.
Debbie Towns. Big business can count on her, but we sure can't.
Hi, I'm Brett Davis, and getting results in Madison takes people willing to work together, regardless of party or politics. Brett has worked for real health care reform for Wisconsin families without jeopardizing quality. He has provided small businesses ways to stay and grow in our state. Brett Davis will work to get this economy moving and tell the bureaucrats that when families have to tighten their belts, so does government. It's more important than ever that we work for real solutions together. I'm Brett Davis.
November 1st, State Street's the place for the Midwest's biggest Halloween bash. And you won't miss a thing when you log on to channel3000.com, the official website for Freak Fest 2008. Visit our special section for continuous updates, breaking news, band lineups, slideshows, and a downloadable map with all the details you'll need for a fiendishly good time. Channel3000.com, your online headquarters for Freak Fest 2008.
It may end up being the largest product recall in history. Tonight, new at 9, how the deaths of 2 babies while in bassinets could lead to some big changes, and what to do if you have one of those bassinets. Terry Barr is on your side on News 3 at 9, My Madison TV, Channel 14.
Not going to be as cold tonight as last night.
No, the skies will be mainly clearer. Temperatures will gradually fall off. Expect temperatures to drop to the middle 30s by late evening with mostly clear skies.
And Josh and Jay will be back with all the prep playoff highlights and scores. Join us tonight at 10 for that.
Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you then.